Oh, you went straight to sleep, didn't you? Well, get some rest. Have a nice nap. If you see a Dark Brotherhood member walking around, no, it's not just you.
Yeah?
Okay, nothing to say with you right now.
Sure.
I want to find Katri. There you are.
Searching for something?
Oh, you have nothing either. I am glad we came back because that meant that we opened up the dialogue and everything with Jade. So we've now added 2 new companions to our potential roster. Roland, Tassius, Iriel. I want to keep Iriel with me. If anything, the whole, like, oh, she's your sister thing makes me feel like she's the most important person to keep around. We've gone up a bit with Roland in terms of reputation. So let me swap in someone else so that we can hopefully raise their reputation a little bit at least. I'm taking Tassius because he's from the island, he can help us. A little bit later on we'll probably swap this around again, but let me travel with this group for a little bit, and after that I want to maybe swap in Tia and Jade. That way we can maybe try and raise our disposition with them as well. I forgot, we just have the ladder drop right down into the water. I love watching them just jump off. I love watching them just cannonball into the water. I never did find Bryn, who yelled at us to run because of the Oblivion portal opening. Maybe she'll be at this village over here. Who killed the squirrel? Which one of you deer killed the squirrel? I'm a little upset with whoever did it, frankly. Uh-oh. Bandit camp? Yeah, it would seem so. Well, not bandits.
Not impressed.
Villager outcasts, but you know what I mean. You know.
Do your worst. You'll be so much easier when you're dead.
Now, the other thing is, I do want to start taking some of their armor, because I can give Iriel their armor, because Iriel still has some iron armor that she's using. I need to heal up. Oh, hey, wait, I didn't realize that Tassius was just gonna be, punching people.
This will be over soon.
Well, maybe we will get him a weapon. Maybe we'll have to see what he's allowed to use.
I cannot best you.
Maybe he's better off punching people.
I have but one choice.
Well,
If
he
this is
punches
what
people,
you
but he also
wish,
has magic, so
My wounds will
he's supposed to be
heal.
kind of a monk, right? So I think maybe that's his thing. Oh yeah, nope. Magic and fisticuffs.
No.
Fall to
Hey,
me.
it might be a winning combo, so maybe we should just let him keep on rocking that.
Pay for that.
Now you'll pay.
Ooh, you have an arrow right in your face, just sticking right through your hair, huh?
Shows no mercy.
Well, the village is down there. Once again, Morrowind-style buildings, right on the water. That looks lovely. I honestly didn't even realize that someone had made those Morrowind-style houses as assets, so that is news to me. No complaints over. No complaints whatsoever. So Tassius
Alright,
can
then.
use staves, light armor, and heavy armor. So let's take the staff off of that one outcast that we killed. I did update Iriel to have the Nordic carved armor, the Orcish shield, in addition to her ebony
I'm right behind
plate.
you.
Don't let me keep you.
And that just leaves Katri, who would need better gear. Which uses light armor, so it would just be a matter of finding good light armor for her to use. So I'll keep an eye out for that. For all I know, maybe I'll be able to trade for some good light armor as we continue to travel around. Now we have a village here. I see a notice board. I see a job board. Let's see what Witcher creature we're going to kill this time. We still have the werebat that we gotta take out. But what is this gonna be? Ah, just some skeletons. I can deal with skeletons easily enough. I noticed it before, but the wind chime's really cool. Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna have physics for if I bumped into it, but at the very least, it still has just kind of an ongoing animation to make it look like it is being rustled by the wind, which that probably is better than me just like knocking into it and sending it flying, because I can see that causing some issues from a physics perspective. I'm actually curious how the gift system works.
Let's hear it.
I have a signed copy of the last Scabbard of a Crush. That would probably go to Tia because she's a writer. It's a signed copy. I feel like that would maybe be
What?
for her. I guess the question would be, how do I go about giving someone the gift? Because I don't think it would make sense to try and give them a gift through storage. But I guess it wouldn't also necessarily make sense to do it through equipment. Equipment might make
What did
more
you
sense.
have in mind?
Because then they would not equip the gift, but they'd say like, oh, thank you, a gift. Okay, so doesn't do anything.
Of course.
I'm still pretty early on in the mod, so it's very, very possible that I'm just not up to
I'm all ears.
the point where I can give people gifts yet, because I haven't even gotten anyone's, what's it called yet? I haven't even gotten anyone's loyalty quest
What can
yet.
I do for you?
Let me read the contract for the skeletons. I kind of wish, it's a very minor thing, I kind of wish that when you view the notice board that it gave you the quest immediately, because instead it gives you the notice and then you have to open that, read it, and then it gives you the objective. It's not a big deal, it's not a huge deal, but it is one extra step that I don't necessarily know is entirely necessary or adds anything to the experience. I want to take out the skeletons. Okay, so that's gonna be here. Oh god, more outcasts? It's funny, because there's so many outcasts. I would like to know...
Is it too late to be civil?
I would actually like if there was some way to learn more about the outcasts, learn about, like, their history. If there was maybe something that
You had
caused
it.
them to be outcasts.
Running so I can stab you in the back.
Once again, we're so early on that I think there's so much time for them to expand on all of that. But I guess we will see. Oh god. Hi there! Ooh, you are indeed an ancient skeleton. I don't think that's the ancient skeleton. There's another one. They just kind of showed up to the bandit camp, I guess. Man, I should have let them fight each other. Oh god, that hurt.
Oh, that's gonna scare.
There's the ancient skeleton I
keep you
want.
alive.
There's my target.
Area clear.
Ooh, what is that weapon? Well, I can't use it. I was curious. I was wondering what it was. It's not for me. I think I've seen these skeleton models. I think this is one of, Mahale's mods, if I remember correctly. At the very least, I know I've seen it before because I remember seeing the armor that they wear. Alright, let's go turn that in, and then we can speak with the Warden of the Coast. I'm kind of looking forward to that because I'm almost imagining a Wizard of Oz type scenario, and we'll see if I'm remotely close with that guess. I have so many seashells. If anything, I have to make sure to use up the seashells before we leave the island, because they're not going to have any real value back in the real world. Now are they? I have really been enjoying the new soundtrack as well.
Of course.
Oh,
Here we are. Let's hope this isn't a dead end.
I don't know. Kind of looks
If
like
the
one.
legends hold true, he knows we're here. Whether or not he grants us entry remains to be seen.
That's a
We
yes.
have our answer.
That is a yes. That was easy. He didn't even yell, "Who disturbs the great and powerful Oz" at us. I mean, there's still time for him to. There's still an opportunity for him to, so we shall see. It's a lot of lily pads. It's a lot of them. Hello? Mr. Warden of the Coast? Your name is very similar to a company in the real world. Wizards of the Coast. Just so you know. If anything, I definitely didn't have to re-record the intro a couple times for the mod because I accidentally said Wizard of the Coast just, you know, because in my mind I just auto-corrected. I go to him, he's like, "What the hell are you talking about, Wizard of the Coast? I don't know what you're speaking of." I'm like, sorry. Just my real-world bullshit.
Listen, I'm going to keep an eye on the exit. Last thing we need is to be cornered in a place like this.
Are you scared of lava? Do you think that's likely?
Look at the layout of this refuge. Single outlet, narrow winding pathway, pool of lava at the foundation. I can't think of a more ideal location for an ambush.
I take it you don't trust the Warden?
I don't advise trusting anyone who chooses to live inside a volcano.
I don't know about that, you know, the Dummer lived near a volcano. Well, actually, that did not go well for them, so, yeah. You know what, that's probably a good idea. I think she's a little scared, but I'm gonna go with her on this.
I'll call for you if I see anything out of the ordinary.
But it's not a bad idea, either. It's not a bad idea to have someone, stay back and cover the exit for us. She sounded a little nervous, and I'm just gonna, you know, go with that. I think we found the Warden. Only mildly ominous behind a force field, sitting on a throne with their shrouded appearance.
You are the one from my dreams.
You'd be surprised how many times I've heard that before. Dreams.
Surely you've had them as well. The visions, the signs of what has passed, and what will pass again.
What can you tell me about these dreams? Anytime I mention it to the villagers, they go, ugh, and it's not good for me and my reputation.
So it's true. The Dragonborn of legend is one of my time. I have waited decades for your arrival. These visions, they are part of the merging process.
Merging process? Am I going to become the Warden?
The island has chosen you as her champion.
Oh.
Your fate is melding with hers as one, through the sacred binds of prophecy.
This is lost.
These visions are a result of the unification. To put it in simpler terms, you were destined to come here.
Yeah, just call me Jacob, I guess. I'm only here because my ship crashed.
If destiny can grant the Thuum, surely it can maroon a vessel.
How do you know so much about me?
We see the same dreams, Dovahkiin, just not from the same perspective.
I was told you helped others escape the island, mostly a little girl.
I've set a few individuals down that road, yes. Only one ever made it to the other side. Even then, the cost was substantial.
And what did it cost?
When you cheat destiny, it will exact its vengeance, relentlessly and without mercy. You would pay a heavy price if following in her footsteps. But why concern yourself with escape at all? Your future is here. Destiny has made its demand.
I have a theory about who the girl is who escaped the island. I don't know if it makes sense. I have to try and remember when they said the girl escaped. They said it was a while ago, though, but I have a theory about that. Maybe Destiny wants me to leave.
Unlikely.
Damn it.
I believe Destiny has made its will quite clear.
Listen, I've played a lot of Destiny 2, and trust me, Destiny 2 doesn't know what's going on sometimes. I don't care what Destiny wants, just tell me I get out of here. Just tell me how to get out of here, yeah.
I know that look. You're set in your ways. No spoken word can dissuade you. Even so, I cannot grant passage beyond the curse to anyone who simply asks for it. Help the people of my island. De-escalate the hatred they harbor for one another, and lead them to make amends. Do this, and I will show you the way home.
Does this take into account the contracts that I've already done? It will be done, my warden.
Then be off, and do not return until you have aided my people.
All members have gained XP and regard. Hero of the people. Assist the inhabitants of the island. Okay, I was actually wondering if it was going to give me markers for it. This might actually be unrelated to the contracts. I'm actually hoping that now we can speak to some of the more named individuals from the island, and that they'll have more for us now. Hi.
State your business.
We gotta go help people.
How goes it?
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I know this was based off of, well, not based off of, but it was inspired by different BioWare games. For some reason, the one BioWare game that this reminds me the most of right now is Knights of the Old Republic, which was actually my first BioWare game and my first RPG ever. Back when I was a wee lad. I think part of it's the island itself, because there's one section in Knights of the Old Republic where you're stranded on a tropical planet called the Unknown World that no one's heard of, no one knows about, and all these ships crash on it and they're unable to leave.
I'd like to stick around you and your crew for a little while longer, if you don't mind.
I was hoping you would.
It sounds like you'll be working to better the lives of many of my friends and neighbors. I'd like to assist with that if I can.
Sure, you can tag along. Welcome to the crew.
I appreciate your hospitality. I hope I might become a boon to the cause.
But like I said, reminds me a little bit of Knights of the Old Republic, and one thing that's very important in Knights of the Old Republic is going back to your ship. Pretty much after every major quest occurrence. Okay. But first, we're gonna deal with that portal, because there's another Oblivion portal up, and we will not allow them. Yeah, we're not gonna allow them to kill anyone, or at least we're certainly gonna try to stop them.
It's another one of those gates.
It is another one of those gates. Thank you for the observation. Thank you for noticing. Oh, I think we just got a couple left. We have a churl, maybe two churls. No, a Valkanaz. Oh, sent him flying. I kind of like that we don't even get a chance to go into the portals. Oh, there's one more. I like that they explode before we can even try to enter them.
No more.
I don't know why. Just in my mind, it's like, oh, the Daedra, they refuse to let us invade Oblivion. They can invade us, but we're not allowed to invade them.
Greetings.
Is something wrong aside from, you know, the constant Oblivion attacks?
Unbelievable. Another Kate that threatens the safety of my people. This is the fourth one in a week.
I would move. It sounds as if you're being targeted.
I'll tell you who's responsible.
Dagon?
We all know the reaping is nearly upon us, and with it, the number of active gates have multiplied immensely. Everyone has to keep their heads on a swivel. Everyone except those accursed West folks. The last iteration of the reaping passed over them, and they've suffered no losses to Daedra since. They know something that we don't.
It's the Morrowind houses, isn't
I
it?
suppose, given their troubled history, that should come as no surprise.
What do you mean by their troubled history?
During the Oblivion crisis, a member from their village sold his soul to Mehrunes Dagon to save the island. A deal that would spare us his wrath by staggering its destruction, killing 3/4 of the population every 30 years or so. In return, he would serve Dagon until death. The man responsible for the reaping was a Westfolk. And now, as the reaping dawns once more, his old village goes about unscathed? That cannot be dismissed as coincidence.
Is it because there's 4 villages and 3/4 of the island gets destroyed, so they destroy 3 of the 4 villages? I know they don't kill everyone in those 3 villages, but still. Is there anything I can help with? You're just throwing around a lot of accusations right now.
Yes. Find out what they know. There's a reason the Daedra leave them alone, and so far they've refused to share it. As an outsider with no association with us, perhaps you can pry the answer from their elder.
I'll speak to him about it. I want to discuss this with my companions first.
Do what you must.
Hi.
Yes?
Something on your mind?
The others tell me you've been experiencing some unnerving dreams as of late. I think I might know why.
Oh? And that is?
What many seem to forget is that this island didn't always fall under the authority of Mehrunes Dagon. Before his takeover, this land was governed by the Daedric lady Vermina. I theorize that some of the lady's power still remains, and she's using it to contact you.
And that's why the Vermina cultists were trying to stop stuff that was going on here. Also, what is that in the sky? You see that, right? Why would she want to talk to me?
I can only speculate, but I highly recommend speaking with her. I understand these visions are kind of random, but I might be able to change that.
How?
Legends speak of a potion that forces the user into a torpor.
Yep.
A state of mental inactivity needed for dreams like these to work.
I'm familiar with it.
It will be like sending out an invitation directly to Vermina.
I'm also quite familiar with the idea of, just being mentally passive. That's me most of my life. Do you happen to have this potion?
Not at the moment, but I have a few ideas on how I may obtain it. I'll speak with you again once I have one.
Any thoughts on the Norstead village conflict?
I will not hide my bias. The Norse are my kin. Right or wrong, they have my support.
So maybe we won't bring you for the investigation into, the other village. If anything, we shouldn't bring you because they'll recognize you and they're not going to want to speak to you. Because she even said that maybe they're more receptive to speaking with an outsider. Do you know of anyone else who escaped the island?
No, but I know of one who may have been close. Whether or not he remembers, well, that much is less certain.
Who is he?
Someone who was obsessed with the idea of fleeing. Right up to the point that Dagon's minions caught him, at least. His mind has been disturbed ever since.
They didn't kill him?
I guess they didn't deem it cruel enough. He remains secluded in his cabin, untouched by Dagon's forces.
Who was he?
Few know, if any. Just another helpless soul trapped on an island where pity and charity are but dubious fables.
What was his method of escape?
It was unique, to say the least. But if the Daedra felt the need to impair his sanity, he may have been onto something. He planned to form a defense of the island that would counter Dagon's reaping, but he knew ordinary equipment wouldn't do the trick. He needed materials that would withstand the full wrath of the Daedra.
What materials are these?
A wide assortment, gathered from some of the island's deadliest creatures. How he intended to use them is anyone's guess, but perhaps there is something in his cavern that could answer that question. It might be worth a look.
Yeah, see, now that we spoke to the Warden, now it seems like things are really starting to open up. I know I have something else I can talk to him about. We might wait until we get him back on the ship for that, though.
Take care.
Because I think we have a lot of people to talk to now.
What do you want to talk about?
What are your thoughts on the Norstead village conflict?
We would be wise to hear out both villages before making a decision.
I agree with you.
Farewell.
Where... Oh, there you are.
Yes?
Thoughts on the conflict?
I suspect the Westfolk are in bed with Dagon. Metaphorically,
Hey,
of course.
You don't know.
He would not spare them from the reapings without reason. I think it's safe to assume Daedra worship is involved.
So in other words, you're not gonna be happy when I use the Torpor to speak with Vermina.
All right, then.
Got it. Well, let me go ahead and tell the Elder
You want something from me?
that I'll look into it.
Why, hello.
Hi.
I'm eager to hear it.
Wait, what? Okay. That's a little bit more drastic of a choice than I thought it would be. Okay, no, wait.
Fare thee well.
If anything, I'll speak with the Westfolk first. Sounds like if I answer, I have to either kill her or kill them, and I'm not ready to commit to anything like that just yet. But like I said, it looks like a lot of people are opening up their quests or more dialogue now, so we're going to take a quick trip back to the ship.